Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for standing by for Li Auto's second quarter of 2021 earnings conference call. And at this time, all participants are in listen-only mode, and today's conference call is being recorded. I will now turn the call over to your host, Janet Jan, Director of Investor Relations of the company. Please go ahead, Janet.
Thank you, Annie. Good evening and good morning, everyone. Welcome to Li Auto's second quarter 2021 earnings conference call. The company's financial and operating results were published in the press release earlier today and are posted on the company's IR website. On today's call, we have our President, Mr. Kevin Yanan Shen, and our CFO, Mr. Johnny Tie Li, to begin with prepared remarks. Our founder and CEO, Mr. Xiang Li, and our CTO, Mr. Kai Wang, will join for the Q&A discussion. Before we continue, please be reminded that today's discussion will contain forward-looking statements made under the safe harbor provisions of the U.S. Private Securities Litigation Reform Act of 1995. Forward-looking statements involve inherent risks and uncertainties. As such, the company's actual results may be materially different from the views expressed today. Further information regarding risks and uncertainties is included in certain filings of the company with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission and announcements published on the website of the Hong Kong Stock Exchange and the company. The company does not assume any obligation to update any forward-looking statements except as required under applicable law. Please also note that Li Auto's earnings press release and this conference call include discussions of unaudited GAAP financial information as well as unaudited non-GAAP financial measures. Please refer to Li Auto's press release and interim results announcement, which contain a reconciliation of the unaudited non-GAAP measures to comparable GAAP measures. With that, I will now turn the call over to our president. Please go ahead, Kevin.
Thank you, Janet. Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining our call today. First of all, we are proud that our Class A ordinary shares started trading on the main board of the Hong Kong Stock Exchange on August 12th, opening a new chapter for our company. We are honored and also humbled by the support we received from all investors. With the Hong Kong dual primary listing, we significantly strengthened our equity base with over $1.5 billion of net proceeds raised. This will provide strong financial support for our R&D initiatives and the direct sales and servicing network expansion, as well as enhanced protection for our shareholders. We will continue to take the responsibilities associated with being a publicly traded company seriously, work to build out our long-term vision and create value for our users, shareholders, and our employees alike. Next, moving to the key highlights of our second quarter result. Our 2021 Li One has been an exceptional performer since its debut on May 25th. Our 2021 Li One boosts and enhanced the NEDC range of 1,080 kilometers, optimized the mobility comfort, and a more intelligent cockpit. It has received rave reviews and strong user endorsement for its outstanding features and performance. Our second quarter deliveries achieved 17,575 units, increasing 166% year-over-year. Our July deliveries reached 8,589, hitting a new record. In July, Li One topped sales chart in the new energy SUV and large SUV categories, according to new car insurance registration data reported by China Automotive Technology and Research Center. It is a powerful testament to Li One's highly competitive product features, making us a leading domestic NEV manufacturer in China. While these rankings and Li One's strong performance and popularity are exciting achievements, yesterday's home run do not win today's game. We will continue to be disciplined, and dedicated. And we will strive to constantly surpass ourselves in products and services to earn the support, trust, and loyalty from our users. Our record high deliveries would not have been possible without cooperation and the assistance of our supply chain partners. They have been helping us navigate the ongoing semiconductor shortages. Turning to the profitability, our gross margin reached 18.9% this quarter, up 5.6 percentage points year-over-year, and 1.6% quarter-over-quarter. Our operating cash flow was RMB 1.4 billion, or $218 million during the second quarter, demonstrating our consistent high operating capability. In the second quarter, we aimed to further broaden and deepen city coverage to address increasing demand from prospective users across China and prepare ourselves for our new model launches in 2022 and beyond. Thus, we accelerated the expansion of our direct sales and servicing network. As of July 31st, 2021, we had 109 retail stores covering 67 cities and 176 servicing centers, and the Li Auto authorized body and paint shops operating in 134 cities. We are on track to reach our year-end target of 200 retail stores. We have expanded our footprint to lower-tier cities in China. In August, we opened a retail store in Lhasa, Tibet. This has taken us direct sales and servicing network, geographical coverage of provinces, autonomous regions, and centrally administered municipalities in mainland China to 100%. The industry-wide semiconductor shortage has affected our monthly deliveries in recent months, resulting in undelivered backlogs. As our new order exceeded 10,000 in June, we tried our best to utilize alternative solutions to enhance our flexibility and acquire industry sources. Going forward, we'll continue to collaborate closely with our supply chain partners to mitigate the semiconductor shortage and minimize the impact on our production. Given the proven success of our Li One catering to the needs of families, we are working to diversify our product portfolio to appeal to an even broader family user base. We have 3 platforms under development. The X platform for our next generation EREV, with the first model to be released in 2022, and the Whale and the Shark platform for our BEV models to be launched in 2023. The development of these new platforms are progressing smoothly, and we are confident to launch new vehicle models on time. In July, we also signed a MOU with a local company for collaboration in reconstruction and expansion project of an automobile manufacturing plant in Beijing. This will further expand our production capacity and support the increasing vehicle sales volume with future models. On August 27, 2021, we also signed an investment agreement with a wholly owned subsidiary of Xincheng China Power Holding Limited to form a new company in Mianyang, Sichuan Province, China, to develop and manufacture our next generation range extension system. We firmly believe that smart EREVs will be a superior replacement to ICE vehicles and increase the overall NEV penetration rate in the medium to long term. We continue to view it as one of our core strategic development directions. The cooperation will leverage the R&D and the production capabilities of both companies to provide high-quality products and further expand the market share of smart EREVs in the domestic market. With respect to international market, we will keep our strategy to always make plans before taking actions, as we want to be a winner, not just a mere participant in the global market. To win market share overseas, a car company has to develop the right product to attract customers with tastes and requirements that are different from domestic customers. We have set up a team dedicated to the overseas market, and we are meticulously working on the plans to find a winning formula. As a corporate citizen, we are proud to have passionately engaged in social relief activities to help people in need. In July, in response to the flood in Henan province, we organized the emergency relief with donations to support the affected people, including our users. We also mobilized all trailers we had access in the adjacent provinces to join the rescue effort. In addition, we provide our users with services such as warranty extension for replacement parts, free replacement of flood-damaged charging posts, and free vehicle inspection for all disaster-stricken vehicles. We made our efforts to reassure them and help in any way possible for a smooth transition back to normalcy. Lastly, we achieved a AA MSCI ESG rating in April, making us a leader in ESG among 40 rated automotive companies. Going forward, we will continue to undertake social responsibilities and view this as an integral part of our mission to build smart electric vehicles that make families happier. Now, I will turn this call over to our CFO, Mr. Kelly, to review our financial performance in the second quarter.
Thank you, Kevin. Hello, everyone. I will now walk you through some of our financial results for the second quarter of 2021. Due to the time constraints, I will address financial highlights here and encourage you to refer to our earnings press release for further details. Total revenues in the second quarter of 2021 were RMB 5.04 billion, or $780.4 million, representing an increase of 40.7% from RMB 3.58 billion in the first quarter of 2021. This included RMB 4.9 billion, or $759.4 million from vehicle sales, which increased 41.6% quarter-over-quarter. This increase in vehicle sales was mainly driven by the increase in delivery of the 2021 Li One since its release on May 25th, 2021. Revenues from other sales and services were RMB 135.7 million, or $21 million in the second quarter of 2021, representing an increase of 21.7% quarter-over-quarter. The increase in revenue from other sales and services over the first quarter was mainly due to the increased sales of charging stores, accessories, and services in line with higher accumulated vehicle sales. Cost of sales in the second quarter was RMB 4.09 billion, or $632.9 million, representing an increase of 38.2% quarter-over-quarter. Gross profit in the second quarter of 2021 was RMB 952.8 million, or $147.6 million, growing 54.5% compared with the first quarter of 2021. Vehicle margin in the second quarter was 18.7%, compared with 16.9% in the first quarter of 2021. The increase in vehicle margin from the first quarter was primarily driven by higher average selling price in the second quarter of 2021 due to our launch of 2021 Li One in late May. Our gross margin in the second quarter of 2021 was 18.9% compared to 17.3% in the first quarter of 2021, which was mainly attributable to the increase of vehicle margins. Operating expenses in the second quarter of 2021 were RMB 1.49 billion, or $230.6 million, representing an increase of 45.3% quarter-over-quarter. Research and development expenses in the second quarter of 2021 were RMB 653.4 million, or $101.2 million, representing an increase of 27% quarter-over-quarter. Excluding share-based compensation expenses, non-GAAP research and development expenses were RMB 543.7 million, or $84.2 million, increasing 36.6% quarter-over-quarter. The increase in research and development expenses over the first quarter of 2021 was primarily attributable to the increased headcount and the increased research and development activities for the company's future vehicle models. Selling, general and administrative expenses in the second quarter of 2021 were RMB 835.3 million, or $129.4 million, representing an increase of 63.8% quarter-over-quarter. Excluding share-based compensation expenses, non-GAAP selling, general and administrative expenses were RMB 780.9 million, or $129.9 million, increasing 73.6% quarter-over-quarter. The increase over the first quarter of 2021 was primarily driven by increased marketing and promotion activities, as well as increased headcount and rental expenses with the expansion of the company's distribution network. Loss from operations in the second quarter of 2021 was RMB 535.9 million, or $83 million, representing an increase of 31.4% compared with the first quarter. Excluding share-based compensation expenses, the non-GAAP loss from operations was RMB 365.5 million, or $56.6 million, representing an increase of 62.6% quarter-over-quarter. Net loss was RMB 235.5 million, or $36.5 million in the second quarter of 2021, compared with RMB 360 million net loss in the first quarter of 2021. Non-GAAP net loss was RMB 65.1 million, or $10.1 million in the second quarter of 2021, compared with RMB 177 million net loss in the first quarter of 2021. Now turning to our balance sheet and cash flow. Our cash and cash equivalents, restricted cash, time deposits, and short-term investments total RMB 36.53 billion, or $5.66 billion as of June 30th, 2021. Operating cash flow in the second quarter of 2021 was RMB 1.41 billion, or $218 million. Free cash flow was RMB 982.1 million, or $152.1 million in the second quarter. And now for our business outlook. For the third quarter of 2021, the company expects deliveries to be between 25,000 and 26,000 vehicles, representing an increase of approximately 188.7 to 200.2% from the third quarter of 2022. The company also expects the third quarter total revenue to be between RMB 6.98 billion and RMB 7.25 billion, or $1.08 billion and $1.1112 billion, representing an increase of 177.8% to 188.9% from the third quarter of 2022. This business outlook reflects the company's current and preliminary view on the business situation and market condition. In particular, the ongoing industry-wide semiconductor shortage due to the global COVID-19 pandemic, which are all subject to change. I will now turn the call to the operator to facilitate our Q&A session. Thank you.
Thank you. As a reminder, to ask a question, you will need to press star and the number 1 on your telephone. And to withdraw your question, please press the pound or hash key. And please stand by while we compile the Q&A roster. And for the benefit of all participants on today's call, please limit yourself to 2 questions. And if you have additional questions, you can re-enter the queue. If you're going to ask the question in Chinese, please follow with English translation. Once again, for your questions, please press star 1 and wait for your name to be announced. Our first question is from the line of Fei Fang of Goldman Sachs. Your line is open. Please go ahead.
Great. Thanks for the opportunity. Congratulations on the results. Can management talk a little bit about competition and regulation? So on competition, some of your incumbent peers have really speed up launching new products. Great Wall, Geely, BYD, for instance. The frequency of their launches have increased and the hit rate seems to also increase. So just wonder if you have refreshed thoughts on their progress and also the potential for them to enter into the premium segment. So that's the first question. Second is about regulation. So what's your thoughts on regulatory risks around autonomous driving and assisted driving development, do you think if there's any regulatory intention to slow down things a bit in order to perfect the safety and customer experience？ 那我很快给管理层翻译一下，就是2个问题。请教一下，第一个是如何看待这个传统的自主品牌，他们加速这个推出新的产品，比如说长城啊、吉利啊、比亚迪，他们推新的频率呢，最近都有比较大的提升，然后他们的成功的这个几率看起来也提升了。那请问管理层如何看待这个竞争风险？第二个问题就是关于自动驾驶和辅助驾驶领域的一个监管风险，请管理层点评一下，谢谢。
Fang Fei, this is Kevin. Yeah, thank you for the question. Yeah, I think for the product development cycle, we have our own strategy and schedule to launch new product. So basically, we are accelerating our development, our next generation of EREV platform, and also the HPC BEV platform. As we shared before, we will roll out our brand new EREV models based on our next generation EREV platform next year. And 2023 will be a big year for us. We'll have 2 new models on the X platform and another 2 HPC BEV model launch. Yeah. And for the regulation, in fact, we have been closely communicating and engaging with the authorities. I think the intention from the MIIT is to standardize the overall smart electric vehicle industry and raise the technology requirements for the ADAS solution. I think overall this is a good thing. This will ensure the healthy development of this industry. Yeah, and I think the impact to us is basically in the future we need to be more cautious when we launch the product with ADAS solution. I think it will take us more effort to fully develop a function, yeah, before the launch into the market. But that was our original plan. So there is no change of our strategy. But overall, I think our focus on ADAS will not change. Yeah.
This is very helpful color. Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you.
Thank you. Our next question is from the line of Tim Xiao of Morgan Stanley. Line is open. Please go ahead.
Thanks for taking my question and congratulations on the solid result. I have 2 questions. The first question, could the management team shed some light on what components or type of chips are currently in short supply for Li Auto? Because you look at the numbers, I think Li Auto's production seems more resilient than peers. So how can we manage the supply disruption better than our peers? Is there any alternative sources Li Auto could secure the component and the support likely more than 12,000 monthly run rate into fourth quarter? So this is the first question about the supply. And my second question, I think Johnny touched briefly on during the presentation. What's the progress in our new plan for capacity expansion in Beijing? What's the nameplate capacity and when will the contribution from the new capacity start to kick in? 管理层你好，我这边2个问题。第一个想请教一下，就是我目前看到整个零部件紧缺的一个状况是什么样的零部件或芯片，我们觉得目前是最严重的瓶颈。那另外我们看到理想这边其实整个生产是比我们的同业维持得更好，那这个是什么样的原因？那我们是不是也能够拿到足够的零部件去支持可能4季度单月可以超过12000台，甚至于更高的一个产出。那第二个问题是有关于产能。刚才在这个 简报中也分享了一下这个北京的这边的新厂，那是不是可以请管理层再多跟投资人分享一下，就是我们目前的一个产能计划，然后什么时候会看到新产能开始有所贡献？谢谢。
Thank you, team. This is Kevin. I will answer the first question about the shortage. Right now, the single biggest shortage we are facing is an industry common shortage due to the COVID-19 situation in Malaysia, especially from ST. So this is industry common shortage. And in the past several months, we have been fighting every day for the supply. I don't think our situation is better than the other competitors. Yeah, but the outlook for the next quarter, if the COVID-19 situation will getting better, we believe overall the industry supply will become more balanced. But the COVID-19 situation is not predictable, so it's still a risk for us. Yeah. Johnny, you want to comment on this?
Yeah. For the Beijing site, I think we will release more details when in the future. One thing we can make sure is it's on track to get ready for the BEV launch in 2023. Tim, thank you.
Great. Thanks for sharing.
Thank you. Our next question is from the line of Ming-Hsun Lee of BofA Securities. Please go ahead. Line is open.
Thank you. 谢谢管理层，也恭喜业绩非常好。那我这边就2个问题。第一个问题想请管理层分析一下，就是我们第二季相较于第一季的话，这个毛利率其实改善非常多。那我想应该主要是因为2021年Li-1版本的推出。那其实除了 ASP 的增加之外呢，我们看到2季度的这个单车的这个 cost of goods sold 也降低了大概2000块左右。所以想了解一下我们这边的这个毛利率的改善，这个降本主要的一个情况大概是怎么样？然后可不可以也给一下3季度、4季度的这个预期？这第一个问题。然后第二个问题呢是关于我们的这个季报的 announcement 里面，除了有提到这个北京这边有个新的工厂，也有提到就是跟新城动力也会在 EREV 上面有一些合作。那可不可以也跟我们分享一下这个跟新城动力这边一些比较 detail 的 EREV 的合作？谢谢。那我简单翻译一下说，My first question is regarding the gross margin improvement trend, especially in the second quarter. Your ASP is increasing, but also your cost of goods sold per car is also decreasing. So could you elaborate more and also comment on the third quarter and the fourth quarter trend? This is my first question. And second question, could you give us more details regarding your collaboration with Xincheng Power on the cooperation of EREV? Thank you.
Lee, thank you. This is Kevin. Very quickly, your first question. Besides the sales price increase of the new Li-1, from the cost perspective, primarily we had partially due to the BOM cost reduction from some of our suppliers, and also because of the sales volume increase, therefore the amortization will reduce. So that's the result. That result in the gross margin increase. I think for the third quarter and the fourth quarter, we'll continue to see the gross margin will gradually improve also. Yeah. So we still see that overall for this year, blended gross margin will be somewhere between 19 to 20%. Yeah. Your second question is about our joint venture with Xincheng Dongli. Yeah. Actually, Xincheng Dongli is a leading engine company in China. Especially, they have been a long-term partner with BMW. Yeah. So we have this joint venture, jointly R&D develop and manufacture our next generation EREV engine with Xincheng. And for this joint venture, we have 51% of the share. Thank you, Lee.
Thank you.
Thank you. Our next question is from the line of Bin Wang of Credit Suisse. Line is open. Please go ahead.
Thank you. I've got two questions. Number one, about the long-term borrowing. So we found out in the second quarter, our long-term borrowing actually go to 5.6 billion. Given you have so many cash on hand, can you explain why the debt have a big jump in the end of June? That's number one question. Number two is about the volume guidance. You actually used to be kind of September number can go to 10K, but if you see the third quarter guidance, it seems like if we maintain the 10K guidance for September, then the August should be a very low number. So how should we think about the third quarter guidance? And we also actually target 1.6 million units by 2025, and in prior actually maybe next year roughly about 150,000 units. Should I assume next year 2022 the volume should be 150,000 units? Thank you. 我的问题是两个，一个是关于这个资产负债表，我们看到呢，在二季度末呢，我们有56亿的长期负债啊，那理论上我们有非常多的现金嘛，那为什么之间我们从5个亿的长期负债变成56个亿？能不能解释这个负债的增加？第二个呢，就是关于我们的销量指引，我们之前有指引过，在9月份的时候，销量可以达到1万台。那我们看到呢，如果我们的3季度指引的话，其实隐含的话呢，在8月份和9月份基本上就在8000多。如果9月份是1万多的话，那么8月份就是个非常差的数字了。那我们能不能解释8月份真的这个情况非常之糟糕？这是一方面。第二方面呢，就是我们有一个160万的2025年计划，那反过来隐含的就是明年2022年可能在15万左右。您认为一下这15万明年的目标是不是一个合理的假设？谢谢。
First of all, the long-term borrowing, because we launch we do a CB in April, so it's the CB on the long-term borrowing.
Yeah.
Kevin.
Yeah. This is Kevin. Thank you, Wang Bin, for the question. I think when we give out the guidance for third quarter, we have already taken into consideration of the potential risk of the impact of the COVID-19 in Malaysia. Yeah. So therefore, we don't want to be too aggressive. So I think today is already the 30th. So in next 2 days you will see our August number. Yeah. And for the next year, I think your estimation is within the range of our plan. Yeah. We of course we want to further increase the monthly delivery of our Li One.
Thank you.
Thank you. Our next question is from the line of Chang Liu of CICC. Please go ahead. Line is open.
好的，谢谢管理层。我这边两个问题，第一个关于我们财务费用这边，就是说我们2季度的 SG&A 的这个费用增加较快，能不能给我们这个具体分析一下？然后以及说全年的 R&D 和 SG&A 的这样一个指引。那么第二个问题是关于我们2023年的纯电动车，那么特别是我们800伏这个超高压充电系统的这个研发进展和一些关键节点，能不能分享一下？ I'll translate my question. My first question is about our financial expenses. Could you give us some details on the acceleration of SG&A in second quarter and any guidance on the full year R&D and SG&A expenses? And my second question is on our pure electric models to be launched in 2023. Could you give us any some updates on its development, especially some key milestones? High pressure charging system. Thank you.
Yeah. For the SG&A, this is Johnny. And for the SG&A, it's as I just mentioned, it's more related to the network expansion and also the marketing and the promotion activities in the second quarter. And we will also and also the increased headcount and rental expenses. And in the second half of this year, we will continue to expand our retail stores towards our target 200. And for R&D, we still want to keep our the whole year guidance, which is around 3 billion RMB. Yeah. So second question, Kevin.
Yeah. This is Kevin. For the HPC BEV models, we are on track in terms of R&D process. To share some of the milestones, for example, we already have our 4C new battery heat sample ready. Yeah, so that's a big milestone. And also for our HPC super fast charging charging pole design, we have already finished the concept design, and we plan to have our first pilot charging station within this year. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Our next question is from the line of Xinyu Fang of UBS. Line is open. Please go ahead.
Hi. I'm not sure if this is my name. This is Paul of UBS. I have two questions. The first one is regarding your split of the BEV versus plug-in versus EREV in terms of positioning. Starting from 2023, you will have both. How do you position the different segment and the size of each segment? And how shall we think? Is it going to be the EREV is more focused on the larger vehicle, SUV, MPV, etc., and the BEV more focused on the smaller vehicle, like the sedans, etc.? How shall we think about the different positioning of the BEV versus EREV? My second question is regarding your R&D spending split going forward. For second half of this year, for next year, and going forward, how much portion is going to be spent on the BEV, how much on the EREV, and how much on the autonomous driving? Let me translate my questions quickly. 第一个问题来说的话，从2023年开始，就是我们既会有纯电动车，也都会有增程。我们在这个纯电动和增程上面的区分是怎么样的？会不会就说增程是更多的用于更大一些的车，或者呢 MPV 和 SUV 上边，然后纯电动会更多的在小的车上面，像轿车上面的运用。第二部分呢，就是说我们的研发的一个分配，研发资源的一个分配。我们是会有多大的比例是投在这个纯电动，多大的比例是在增程，多大的比例是在这个自动驾驶上面然后随着时间的推移，这个比例它应该是怎么样一种变化？谢谢。
Paul, yeah, let me take the first question. This is Kevin. So in the future, when we have a BEV and the EREV at the same time, actually we are not differentiate these two based on size and based on size or car form factor. So basically all these two driving powertrain will based on these develop cars to cover the price band from 200k RMB to 500 RMB, and each will have a different size of cars designed for family users. I think the key difference between these two are based on the customer's preference. If they are more concerned about the BEV's range anxiety and they don't have access to good charging infrastructure, they will choose. We believe they will choose EREV. Yeah, if they have a good charging infrastructure, they will choose BEV. So that's our viewpoint. Yeah.
Yeah. For the R&D expenses, we still want to keep our original guidance from now on to 2023 to $1 billion. And yeah, that will cover the vehicle, the coming models, and also the autonomous driving, and also some area we want to do in-house in the next 2 to 3 years, and also some investment on the R&D side for the future intelligent cabin side. Thank you, Paul.
Thank you.
Thank you. Once again, as a reminder, to ask a question, you will need to press star 1 on your telephone. To withdraw your question, please press the pound or hash key. And please, once again, please press star 1 on your telephones. Our next question is from the line of Yingbo Su of CITIC. Please go ahead. Your line is open.
好的，感谢管理层。我其实有2个问题。那第一个呢，就是我们也看到，其实伴随销量的提升，这个盈利能力的提升也是超预期的。那也许我们下个季度能看到，比如19个点以上的毛利率。但是我的问题是关于定价策略的，就是未来伴随我们中长期的销量规模越来越大，那我们的这个定价策略是持续不断的预测这个根据这个规模效应毛利率的一个提升，还是说我们的定价策略可能会有一些更灵活的调整，去获取更高的市场份额？那第二个呢，就是想问一个中长期的问题。其实我们看到智能电动车这个赛道呢，新进入者很多，然后23年呢可能是产品预期投放比较集中的一个阶段，然后到25年呢，可能市场又会预期参考智能手机走过的路，可能份额又会有一些集中。那么怎么去展望未来3到5年甚至更长期的一个产品竞争策略，包括技术的一些变化或者是产品的一些变化，能不能再做一些中长期的展望？那 first question is what's our pricing strategy? Are we trying to maintain our high margin, or maybe we have more flexibility in the pricing item? And the second question is that considering a lot of newcomers in this sector, maybe 2023 is a period that a lot of newcomers join in and they launch new model. And by the year 2025, maybe the market share is going to be concentrated again. So how we expect the next 3 or 5 years competition, like technical product and also and extras. So could you give us some colors? Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Yingbo. This is Kevin. Yeah. First of all, about the pricing. From our point of view, for each of the product, we design it based on a price point, and unless we see the competitiveness issue, otherwise will not alter the price point of this product. I think to answer your question in another way, to gain more volume, definitely will launch product cover wider price band. Yeah. So as we mentioned that in the future our product will cover between 200k RMB to 500k RMB. Yeah. That's not to say we are going to reduce the price of some of our product. We are going to design different product to cover different price point. Yeah. That's our philosophy. And also, by the way, the market size of between 200k to 500k is increasing. Yeah, that's probably the only increasing segment in the yeah. It's a segment. The volume is increasing. Yeah, and about the future competition starting from 2023, I think we will stick to our 3 key choices. Yeah. So the first one is that we compete in the overall PV market. Yeah. That's why we designed. That's why we believe we have to solve the range anxiety issue. That's one of the core value we want to deliver to our customer. That's why you see we already have a EREV solution, and we're going to have our next generation EREV solution to completely solve the range anxiety issue for our customer. And this is our mid-term, long-term strategy. We'll continue to launch EREV products. On the other hand, we also see the opportunity to solve the range anxiety issue with the high power charging solutions. Yeah. So that's why we have this new whale and shark platform. This is the first choice. The second choice is our target customer choice. We want to focus only on the family users. Yeah. We see this is a growing demand segment. Yeah. And when we design our car, we want to design the car catering the needs of all the family members. Yeah. The third thing is that we will continue to focus on the autonomous driving solution development and also the smart cabin solution development. So these three things are the fundamental building block of our product competitiveness. We don't think we believe we'll stick to these three key things. Yeah.
Thanks, Kevin. That's very helpful. Thank you.
Thank you. And as we are reaching the end of our conference call, I'd like to turn the call back over to the company for closing remarks. Ms. Janet Chang, please go ahead.
Thank you, Annie. Thank you once again for joining with us today. If you have any further questions, please feel free to contact Li Auto's Investor Relations team. Then that's all for today. Thank you and have a good one.